Today on the channel, we do a throwback Jakks Ruthless Aggression unboxing with two different Triple H figures and two different Ric Flair figures. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another throwback wrestling unboxing and review, as today we take a look at some Jakks Ruthless Aggression figures of Triple H and Ric Flair. But for all your modern day Mattel wrestling figure needs, make sure you hit up Wrestling Collectors Shop, use discount code KYLE10 and discount code KYLE to save. But Triple H, Ric Flair, no stranger to any wrestling figure line over the years, and especially the Ruthless Aggression line, and especially Triple H, one of the stalwarts of the Ruthless Aggression era, the Jakks era. One of the guys up there with John Cena and Rey Mysterio, Batista and Orton, who got so many figures. And Ric Flair didn't do so bad for himself either. And we're going to do this unboxing like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. And we're going to see where it goes from there. So we're going to dive in and talk a little bit about these lines and these figures, and talk a little bit about my Ruthless Aggression rules a little bit as well. So let's start it off here first. We'll do a Triple H. Let's go with this Triple H right here, Cyber Sunday. So we've talked before, Jakks did a great job with many different series. We had Adrenaline, we had Treacherous Trios, we had the exclusives, we had the Classic Superstars, you had the Classic Superstar exclusives, you had the Ring Rage figures, you had the pay-per-view series, the traditional Ruthless Aggression line, and the Off the Ropes line, which was a Rite Aid, sometimes Walgreens exclusive, kind of all over the place, really. But I always say it on the channel, if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. With Jeremy Padawer at the helm back then, now at the helm with AEW, you're fooling yourself if we're not going to see this in the future. That's why I've said many times it's going to be very hard for people to be a mint-on-card completist of the AEW figures, because I bet you any day it'll spiderweb into 5 or 6 different lines and exclusives and all that. Just give it some time, because at the end of the day, it is a business. We always got to remember that. But going back to this, Cyber Sunday, a fabulous set. Fabulous set in this very set of Cyber Sunday figures here. Now, the Jakks pay-per-view series, the Jakks Off the Ropes series, a lot of times we got the same exact figure twice. To be honest, I was going to open up a Ring Rage Triple H figure and this one, and then I looked, they were the exact 100% identical figures here. And that was one of the things that's very tough to be a Jakks Ruthless Aggression completist, which I am, of course. You guys know that was a great chase for about a year, a little over a year. We were working on that complete collection. Took a lot of work, and what that is I'm not saying, okay, Ring Rage, Cyber Sunday, different packaging, same Triple H figure. If I was mint on card, I would count that. But for my rules, for a loose collection, which I have, they are the 100% the same figure. I only need one of them. I don't need 2 identical Triple H's standing on a shelf, because I wouldn't know what the difference is between the two. Is this the Cyber Sunday? Is this the Ring Rage? So it doesn't matter. And that cuts down the amount of figures immensely, because there were so many guys, the Ortons, Batistas, Cenas, you know, all those guys, released in different lines, just getting the most out of your molds. As you guys know, all of a sudden you have a Toys R Us exclusive, and then this is a Walmart exclusive, let's say, and they're in different packages. That's how Jakks went to market a lot. So that's kind of my Jakks Ruthless Aggression rules. We all got to make our own rules there, but very, very challenging. And then I said, okay, do I need to keep the Ring Rage or the Cyber Sunday? Okay, I'm going to open up the Cyber Sunday because it's in a little bit beater condition, where the Ring Rage is practically like brand new. And that's what I exactly did. So there you go. But there's the packaging there. Like I said, I love the Cyber Sunday. I love the pay-per-view series. I always had a little different pay-per-view kind of theme to the packaging most of the time. I just always liked it, always enjoyed it, and I always enjoyed this Triple H figure, one of the better Ruthless Aggression Triple H figures as far as I was concerned. What's it say here? Triple H pay-per-view series 20, 20th pay-per-view series, and this is right at the very end. I think the No Way Out was maybe series 21 or 22, and that was where they called it good. This is probably 2009. Yep, 2009 Jakks Pacific, so very, very tail end of Jakks having the line. But if you can see at the top, you can see the rest of the Cyber Sunday crew. You got Triple H, Rey Mysterio, Jeff Hardy, Batista, Undertaker, and Matt Hardy. One of the all-time great Jeff Hardy figures as well in the face paint. Just an absolute fabulous set. Can you imagine if Mattel released a set with that many heavy hitters in it today? Whoo, boy, watch out. Down below, you got, I think, Teddy DiBiase, Cody Rhodes, Ryder and Hawkins, Evan Bourne, and Rey Mysterio in the Adrenaline 2-pack. So we got some of that going on as well. UPC's warnings and stuff. Jakks always did a fabulous job on the cross-sell, as you guys know. So let's get old Triple H out of the package here. See what all the fuss is just falling off the card. See you later. See you later. Whoa, didn't go very far. And we got Triple H here. Always love, some people don't like the Jakks head sculpts. I love them. I think they do beat Mattel in this day and age on a lot of instances. Mattel's got some good ones too, as you guys know. But there you got Triple H, looking only like Triple H could look in 2009 in Jakks Cyber Sunday packaging. Pull him out of the old plastic prison. See you later. Goodbye. Oh, there's just nothing. If you've never opened up a Jakks figure and felt one fresh out of the package, do yourself a favor. Go find the cheapest one you can find on eBay and just pull the trigger and buy it. And then it's just, they feel so much different when they're out of the package. They feel so fresh, so new. The joints are nice and tight. It has that nice kind of Ruthless Aggression smell. If you've never smelled Ruthless Aggression, smell one of these. That's what it smells like. I will say, though, the other thing you get from time to time is stickiness. As we all know about the Jakks sticky disease, and he's got a little bit of that on the elbow pad right there. But I always love this Triple H as well with the fist. I love this tape fist going on here. Just great if you're a player. Just really cool. Of course, he's got knee pads, which are removable. It's amazing how many Ruthless Aggressions you find loose that are missing the knee pads. It's like a common curse there. I don't know who takes these off. What kind of animals take these pads off? Leave them on. Just leave them on. Leave them on, kids. On the side, you get the Iron Cross down here, which is a Lemmy staple, of course, from Motorhead. We always know about the Iron Cross with Lemmy. Now, one thing that is different sometimes you get the same Triple H figure or one like it. The only difference will be the design on the trunks. That's the only difference. That kind of stuff drives me absolutely crazy. What's even worse is when the design is different on the back. So if you're buying them in on card, you're not sure. That just drives you absolutely mad as well. And then sometimes the little changes are he has a different hand. Maybe he would have had a C-grip hand, and now he's got an open hand here. Now, in my crazy brain, you have to count that as a different figure, and we're going to talk about that in Ric Flair a little bit here in a second. But if it's the 100% identical figure, I'm not buying multiples of them. But this Triple H, like I said, fabulous head scan. I think it looks just like him. He takes his head off, you know it's Triple H in a heartbeat. Jakks, you guys know the movability of a Jakks figure by now. You get a waist action here. You get the single jointed elbows, the hands, the wrists, not removable, move around. Head moves, arms up with shoulders all around, and then of course bend at the knees, single jointed, and bend at the ankles. The ankles do wear off sometimes. That is one watch out when you're buying loose Jakks figures. Make sure they can hopefully stand, because there's nothing worse than domino effect taking them all over, which does happen from time to time. Not my collection, because the way I got them. We'll talk about that another day. This Triple H looking really good. Now here's another Triple H, Ruthless Aggression Series 21, that I always passed on because no knee pads made him look so weird. I always thought this figure looked just so strange to me. Now it's the Ruthless Aggression kind of middle of the road packaging. They had uniformity for a few sets, then they moved to something different where classic superstars we know stayed consistent throughout. But always liked this packaging, but I just never liked this Triple H. Just without the knee pads, it just looks so goofy to me. So I'll have to find some knee pads. I'm going to put some on him. It just looks strange. We got a little glamour shot there, glamour shot on the side. Of course, the figure there. No accessories with this Triple H either. They said, how can we make this as bare bones as possible? That's exactly what they did. Triple H's name on the side. Then the back. Kyle, newly acquired in that big Classic Superstars collection. I finally got another mint on card ring there, the WrestleMania 2 blue steel cage. Absolutely love that. Got the cross cell above as well. That is Ruthless Aggression Series 21. Carlito, RVD, John Cena, almost said Eddie Guerrero, Chavo Guerrero, Edge, and Triple H. So quite the crew up there. A lot of good Ruthless Aggression sets, if you ask me. I'm glad Ruthless Aggression is getting a little bit of a renaissance. As we all do know, Mattel sometime this summer is coming out with a Walmart exclusive Ruthless Aggression set line. Gotta think the packaging will be reminiscent of this as well, so I'm here for that, being a Ruthless Aggression guy. I like it. See you later. See you later. Goodbye. Little yellowing of the bubble here, but we got Triple H. Looking only like a Triple H would look in Ruthless Aggression Series 21. Not a ton difference on them. See you later. And that was the thing. These are primarily for kids, as we know. If you had this one, do you really need this one? I guess depends what kind of a kid you are out there. If you're a kid like a young Sambro, you need all of them. That's what he needs. But for me, I just picked and chose. I had a couple of different Triple H's. In my teen years, college years, I was picking these up. But obviously now I have all of them. But I was by no means a completist back in the day on this Triple H figure. Different hands going on here. Different body, really. It's different across the board. Same boots, it looks like. I mean, same mold as far as the bottom half down, I guess. Up top, just a little bit different, of course, different heads. He's got the more Lemmy goatee beard, very similar to the upcoming Mattel Ultimate Edition Amazon exclusive that should have shipped by now, that will hopefully ship very soon. It's a little bit based off this one, so I do like that. But man, no knee pads on this, just really takes it away from me. You got the Iron Cross with the Triple H insignia on the front and back going on there. No decor of any kind on the boots. And you got elbow pads at least, just no knee pads going on. So always looks strange to me. That's why I never picked it up back in the day. But now as I'm being a completist and I'm working through my bins of Jakks figures I still got to unbox, finally out of the package and nice tight joints and all that kind of fun stuff. So there's Triple H portion. Now we get a bust through Ric Flair, and there is not a lot of changes on these two Ric Flairs. So now we're going to talk off the ropes first. It's my guilty pleasure Jakks line is this off the ropes. Now, I did not have Rite Aids in my area of the country, and that's where these were primarily exclusive to. I think the first few sets went to like Walmarts and stuff like that, but it did morph into a Rite Aid exclusive, and things got pretty tough to track down because Rite Aid was not nationwide. These were not sold in great quantities like a Walmart. Go to your local CVS, Rite Aid, Walgreens, whatever right now. You can see toys sitting there for years upon years. They just don't move. People don't go there looking for toys unless you're a wild man like me sometimes. It's primarily the grandmas that are dragging their kids there that let them buy a toy when they're getting their prescription. That's kind of how that model works. So you don't see a lot of movement, and that has made a lot of these off the ropes some of the rarest Jakks figures of all time. That Stacy Keibler one, her only Ruthless Aggression, her only Jakks figure as far as Ruthless Aggression style. One of the most pricey Jakks Ruthless Aggression figures. I did find one of them loose for $10 about a year and a half ago, and I did end up selling my mint on card one just because I didn't need two of them, and I got a nice payday out of that one. But some of these off the ropes, very, very hard to get, like I said. I always love the packaging on the off the ropes too. They're so bright and colorful. This nice orange, there's blues, teals, lots of different colors with these. Ric Flair looking only like he could look down below. And it looks like a little ring kind of in the background, WWE logo, off the ropes logo. And you got old Ric Flair, just looking like Ric Flair would look. Very minimalistic though, once again. On the back, we've got all kinds of cross-sells going on in this off the ropes. We're going to run through all these characters. You see UPC's warnings at the bottom, but tons of other lines. And like I said earlier, Jakks master promoters. Master promoters. Off the ropes Series 11, Shawn Michaels. Now I'm going to go off the top of my head here. This Shawn Michaels, I believe, was a direct re-release from an Adrenaline and maybe even a Treacherous Trios 3-pack. We got Ric Flair here, which I think was released as well. But I think, I don't know, I might have this already in my collection, long story short. Randy Orton with the shirt and blue jeans, only time we got this, so a little bit rare there. John Cena released numerous times. The Boogeyman, of course, released before. But this John Bradshaw Layfield in this set, if you guys remember weekly purchase, let's call it 9 months ago, I finally got a better version. I had one that was broken, and I needed to replace it, and that is one of the hardest figures to find in all of Jakks. It never comes up on eBay, never comes up. There's a lot of different JBLs that are similar, but not the blue shirt with the tie. So extremely hard, more of a commentator JBL. Very, very hard. I'm glad I finally picked that one up. Deluxe Aggression Series 9, Kenny Dykstra, Jimmy Wang Yang, Mr. McMahon, John Cena, Kevin Thorne, Tommy Dreamer, and then Adrenaline Series 25, you got the World's Greatest Tag Team, John Cena, Great Khali, MVP, and Kane. So a lot of good stuff in there. Let's pull Rick out of the package here, see what's doing with him. See you later. See you later. See you later. Goodbye. Oh boy, the Nature Boy, he's coming out to play. See you later. Oh, I thought we had loose joints out of the pack. We do not. He does not have knee pads, which we know Flair like to wear him down almost around his shins sometimes, but I just feel they look so weird without knee pads, like the Triple H figure there. This does look good, though. He's got the little RF in red right here, and that is some of the differences we saw with some of the Jakks. I think there was one in white with RF, exact same figure, but with white, and then, of course, we have the red one here, and then this one. This is where we'll get into it and really talk about the changes and differences here once we unbox this. These two are basically the same figure, but we're going to see, here's how Jakks made them an absolute different figure. But he does have a good hand here. I always use this hand to, looks like he's doing the old Four Horsemen 4, even though there was no Horseman in the WWE, unfortunately. But very good Ric Flair as far as likeness in the head. You know it's Ric Flair the minute you see this. That yellowish, whitish mixed hair going on he's got going. Just looking really good. Knee pads do bum me a little bit. Got the RF here, like I said. I felt like the body mold was okay for Ric Flair. They did use another one that was less flattering, I guess you'd say, down the line. But I always felt this was a perfect body mold for what I wanted of an action figure version of Ric Flair at the time. So I didn't have any problems with that. He does come with a fist, which I always love. Fist on figures, as you guys know if you've watched the channel. So a very, very good Ric Flair. But then we look at Ruthless Aggression Series 31. And he won't even stand. WWE Hall of Famer. Ruthless Aggression Best of 2008. So we talked about all the Jakks lines that were done. Well, at the very end of the year, what did they do? They said, let's do a Best of Deluxe Aggression. Let's do a Best of Ruthless Aggression figures, where they took different figures that were released over the years, put them in a set by themselves. It's a great way to re-release, get the most out of your molds, but then, you know, make more money and stuff and drive completionists mad. So this is another thing I do not count in my collection. Now, when I was younger, buying these, just like these, I steered clear of the best ofs. I didn't want anything to do with them. What kid wants a stamp that says Best of 2008 on a figure's leg? Even for displaying or for playing, it doesn't make a lot of sense. It's just weird. And maybe if you're a mint-on card collector, it'd be cool to have, here's the Best of 2008, here's the Best of 2009. I could see that maybe, but there's not a lot of people that were ever doing that. So that was a very, very strange circumstance with the Jakks. With Jakks, they were dumping them. Maybe we'll see AEW doing that very soon. Man, I think that would turn a lot of people off. But we saw it in the Classic Superstars even. We saw it here. It was a way to re-release stuff. Already have the molds done. Different way to put some more money in your pocket. And that's what they did. So this is the Best of 2008. Ric Flair WWE Hall of Famer, it says down here. And then on the back it says Ruthless Aggression Series 31. And ECW they're promoting. As you can see on the back. A little bent up card here. Got this one cheap, of course. ECW line, absolutely love those ECW Ruthless Aggression line figures. Very cool. We got some reuse in some of those, but very cool set. And then you got the set up top as well. Cross-sell, UPCs, warnings, all that fun stuff. But let's get Rick out of the package here. See you later. See you later. Now, I don't count this as part of a complete Jakks Ruthless Aggression collection. I can't remember if I said that earlier, but since it's just a stamp, I'm not counting it. And it would be impossible to track these down because these were not sold in huge amounts, and people don't have fondness for them. And if you're going to pick a Ric Flair, do you want one with the stamp or without? People want the one without the stamp. So I don't count this. They're the same figures, just a stamp is the only difference. That does not count as a complete collection. But hey, guess what? If I found the whole set of these in one lot, I would buy it just to buy it. But there's no way I'm tracking all the best ofs down. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So I won't. So there you go. But there's old Flair right there. He does come with his trusty pipe. As we know, Ric Flair, one of the all-time greatest layers of pipe I've heard around there. He just lays pipe a lot. I heard he's laying pipe right now. See you later. He did just break up with Wendy, of course, Fifi the maid. So I'm sure he's laying pipe somewhere down in Florida right now. And that's why he has his trusty pipe with him. Now, this is an interesting one. So we're going to compare the heads here. You got the same head going on. He does have a little bit of that Fit Finlay looking down disease, but it gets there. But absolutely fabulous Ric Flair. I said it here, I'm going to say it again. Just absolutely fabulous head sculpt on Ric Flair. Not really old Ric Flair as 73-year-old Ric Flair, but middle-aged Ric Flair. Can't get much better from this, I don't think. So now we got the exact same tights here, the exact same boots. We got Reuse City. Now what is different here? We got knee pads on this one, no knee pads on this one. Okay, that's a big difference. But then the biggest difference is the hands. You got a fist and the Four Horsemen fans. And then they gave Ric Flair these age-old decrepit hands. These old man decrepit hands. I don't know what was up with those. Yeah, these ankles, not good, not good. They got wrinkles to them. I mean, it looks like he'd aged 100 years. It looked like Ric Flair had his hands in the bathtub in hot water for like 2 days, and then took them out and they were all wrinkly. That's what this looks like to me. Just looks really strange, very maniacal, big, great maniacal hands for somebody, but just absolutely strange. It's like they were trying to make Ric Flair old, but made him really decrepit old is how this goes to me. I don't know. Very, very weird. Oh, we got another difference here. We got the RF on the boots here. Nothing here. Like we always say, the Off the Ropes are very cheap figures. Just for the Rite Aids of the world. They always skimped out. And we had no knee pads. We had no writing here. So there is differences with that. So there's enough differences to make it difference. But for the average collector, the average kid out there, so I use my magic to keep him straight, I don't see any of difference here. In the Best of 2008, you can even remove these with like a little bit of acetone, I think is what people use, or you can scrub them off basically. I could probably get it off with my fingernail if I pushed hard enough. So you can remove that, and I've seen people selling best ofs that have done that, where you can still see some faded marks and stuff. And then, of course, if you're playing with these, they do wear off as well. But I'm glad the pipe was here. It goes with Jakks and all their weird accessories we've gotten over the years from Jakks. And Flair can't even hold the pipe. I guess you don't need to hold it if you're not going to be laying it. Or if you're laying it, you don't need to hold it. But I guess you can hold it like this, like a snake, it almost looks like. He's holding his plumbing snake is what he's holding here. But one of the all-time greatest pipe layers of all time. It's very fitting he got his pipe, because he's always cleaning the pipes, working on the pipes. This Flair is going to drive me crazy. Come on, what are we doing off the ropes, Flair? Can I get him to stand? There it is. So Ric Flair, Triple H, and a little bit of Jakks discussion of some of their crazy habits of re-releases and getting the most out of your molds, packaging changes, all kinds of stuff. So a little bit more than your average just unboxing here, a little bit more of Jakks discussion. But hopefully you were here for it. If you were, if you have comments on these, let me know down below. What do you think about some of these? Did you ever buy the best of? If you were playing age, I'm guessing you'd pass up the best of unless you had no other choice. I'm guessing, and you can let me know in the comments down below. You've made it this far, you might as well thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Follow along on Patreon, where you can see these videos and a ton more way early. So get on Patreon, join the fun there. Check that out, the link in the description below. SirPaul64 is where you find me on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So for Ric Flair and Triple H, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.